What if someone says something to you in English and you catch maybe half of it? One word is clear, two words disappear, and then somehow the whole sentence turns into fog. You are still smiling, you're still looking friendly, but inside, your brain is already in trouble.
Yes, and then the panic starts. You want to ask again, but you do not want to look awkward. So sometimes you do the worst possible thing. You smile, you nod, and you pretend. And now the conversation is moving forward, but you have no idea where it is going.
So today, we're going to make that easier.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Speak English with Sam and Lily.
This is the place where we help you speak English in a way that feels natural, calm, and human.
Hi, Sam. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. A little tired, honestly, but not in a bad way. Just one of those days where I feel normal on the outside and slightly slow on the inside. How about you?
I'm okay, too. A bit busy. A bit amused, actually, because something happened earlier today and it fits this topic perfectly.
Oh? Tell me.
I was talking to someone this morning, just a normal conversation, very casual, and then they said something quite quickly. I heard the first part, I lost the middle, and then somehow the whole sentence turned into fog.
Yes, the lonely last word. The word that arrives with confidence and no context.
Exactly. It was like hearing something, something, something Thursday. And suddenly Thursday is standing there alone, asking me to build a whole sentence around it.
Yes, and Thursday is not enough. Thursday cannot save you.
Exactly. And instead of asking again right away, I smiled and nodded for one dangerous second. Then I realized this is how confusion grows. So I stopped and said, "Sorry, I didn't catch that last part." And immediately everything became easier.
That is such a perfect example, because the awkwardness was not in asking again, the awkwardness was in pretending for that 1 second.
Exactly. And that is our topic today, how to ask for clarification in English without feeling awkward. Not panic English, not embarrassed English, clear, calm English for the moment when you didn't catch something or didn't fully understand it.
And before we continue, if you enjoy these kinds of real-life English conversations, please like the video.
And subscribe to Speak English with Sam and Lily for more easy English podcast episodes.
And if you know someone learning English, share this episode with them too.
Okay, let's start with the smallest clarification phrases, because sometimes you do not need a big sentence, you just need a quick rescue.
Yes, tiny phrases like, sorry? Sorry, what was that? I didn't catch that. Could you say that again? Sorry, I missed that.
These are useful because they do something immediately. They stop the confusion before it grows.
Imagine someone says something quickly while walking away. You don't need a long speech. You can simply say, sorry, what was that?
If someone says something and you miss one whole sentence, you can say, sorry, I didn't catch that. Very normal, very human.
That is the first big lesson today. Short clarification is better than silent confusion.
Now, let's make an important distinction. Sometimes the problem is not meaning, it's speed.
Yes, sometimes you would understand perfectly if the person just slowed down a little.
That's where phrases like these help. Could you say that a little more slowly? Sorry, you said that really fast. Could you slow down a bit? I didn't catch the last part.
Imagine someone gives you directions very fast. You don't need to pretend you understood all the streets and turns. You can say, sorry, could you say that a little more slowly?
Yes, because otherwise you may confidently walk in the wrong direction with a very polite face.
Yes, polite, but geographically lost.
That's the second big lesson today. Hearing and understanding are different problems. Sometimes the words are fine, the speed is the problem.
Now, let's go one step deeper. Sometimes you hear the words, but the meaning is still unclear.
Yes, this is a different kind of confusion. The sound arrived, but the meaning did not.
That's where phrases like these help. What do you mean? What does that mean? I'm not sure I understand. Could you explain that? What do you mean by that? Can you give me an example?
If someone says, "Oh, it was a bit of a mixed bag," you may have heard every word, but still not understand the meaning. So you can say, "Sorry, what do you mean by mixed bag?"
That is a very good clarification question because it's specific. You're not saying everything is unclear, you're pointing to the exact piece you need help with.
That is the third big lesson today. Sometimes you did hear the sentence, you just didn't understand the meaning.
And this is a good place to say something important. Asking again is normal. Clarifying is normal. Even confident speakers do it. Even native speakers do it.
Yes, you do not need to guess. You do not need to perform understanding. You need to understand for real.
Now let's talk about the most natural clarification pattern, because this is where everything gets easier.
Yes, a very natural clarification often sounds like this: soft apology, problem, clear request.
First, a soft apology. Not because you did something wrong, but because it makes the clarification sound smoother.
Then say the problem. Didn't hear it? Missed the last part? Not sure you understand? Then make the request clearly. Repeat, slow down, explain.
So it sounds like, "Sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you say it again?" Or, "Sorry, I'm not sure I understand. What do you mean?" Or, "Sorry, I missed the last part. Could you repeat that?" Or, "Sorry, could you explain that a bit more?"
That is the teaching core of this episode. Soft apology, problem, request.
That is the fourth big lesson today. This pattern sounds polite, calm, and natural.
Now let's talk about what not to do, because some habits make confusion worse.
Yes, bad habits like pretending to understand, nervous laughing, saying yes when you were lost, asking too vaguely, apologizing too much, or saying "what" in a sharp way that sounds annoyed.
Yes, there's a big difference between "sorry, what was that?" and "what?" The second one sounds like the conversation has personally offended you.
Yes, very different energy.
Yes, very different energy.
That is the fifth big lesson today. Clarification sounds best when it's calm, short, and direct.
Now let's make it more practical, because different situations need slightly different clarification English.
With a friend, you can be more casual. "Sorry, what was that? Wait, what do you mean? I didn't catch that."
At work, it often sounds better to be a little more polished. "Sorry, could you repeat that? Could you clarify what you mean? I'm not sure I understood that last part."
In class, you might say, "Could you explain that again? I didn't understand that part."
On the phone, maybe, "The line isn't very clear. Could you say that again? I missed the last part."
Same skill, slightly different tone.
Now, let's do something a little more advanced. Sometimes you understood most of it, you only missed one part.
Yes, and that's actually a very good situation because you don't need the whole thing again. You only need one piece repaired.
Phrases like, "I caught most of that, but not the last part. What was the last word? Did you say Tuesday or Thursday? I understood the first part, but not the end. What do you mean by blank?"
That is very natural because it shows two things. You were listening and you know exactly what you need.
That is the sixth big lesson today. You don't always need to ask for everything again. Sometimes you only need one missing piece.
Okay, now let's do the same situation in two different ways. First, panic and pretending, then calm clarification.
Let's do it.
A colleague gives you a quick instruction. Awkward version first. "Can you send that over after you update the second section and remove the old numbers from the end?"
Aha, yes, sure.
Yes, very dangerous, because now you have agreed with almost no understanding.
Now the natural version.
"Can you send that over after you update the second section and remove the old numbers from the end?"
Sorry, I missed the last part. Do you want me to remove the old numbers before I send it?
Yes, exactly.
Much better. Short, clear, and now the work is actually possible.
Let's do a small talk one. Someone says something quickly. awkward version first. So, anyway, we ended up switching it to Thursday because Tuesday was impossible,
Oh, yes, absolutely.
even though you're not absolutely anything.
Yes, absolutely confused.
Now the natural version. So, anyway, we ended up switching it to Thursday because Tuesday was impossible.
Sorry, did you say Tuesday or Thursday?
Thursday.
And that is so much better than building your answer on the wrong day.
So, what have we really learned today?
We learned that short clarification is better than silent confusion.
We learned that hearing and understanding are different problems.
We learned the natural pattern: soft apology, problem, request.
We learned that calm English sounds stronger than panicked English.
We learned that different settings need slightly different tones.
We learned that sometimes you only need to clarify one part, not the whole sentence again.
Yes, a good conversation is built not on pretending, but on understanding. And sometimes the most natural thing you can say in English is simply, "Sorry, could you say that again?"
You don't need perfect English to ask again. You just need calm, polite, natural English.
And now we want to hear from you.
Which clarification phrase from today do you want to use this week?
Or tell us what's harder for you, asking someone to repeat or asking what they mean.
We love reading your comments, and it's a great way to practice real English.
And if this episode helped you, share it with one friend today.
And don't forget to subscribe to Speak English with Sam and Lily if you're new here.
Thank you so much for listening today. We believe in you. Keep practicing. You can do this.
See you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.